address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue, better known as Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, a good one straight ahead. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And we're underway at legendary Lambeau Field. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and definitely goes on the first play of the game.
This is a defensive coordinator just testing the waters. How is your protection plan? Do you have a plan for any linebacker or second-level pressures? Well, I think we got the answer in this one because they had no answer for it, and you can bet he's going to continue to dial those up.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. The master of play action, Rodgers. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
All right, so the first two, they go clearly to the defense. You get a first down sack. That sets everything of the drive for the offense behind the 8 ball. Then they followed up with a forced incompletion. So now 3rd and long, this is a must-pass situation, and the defense has a prime opportunity to get themselves off the field.
3rd and long for Rodgers. One is batted away, incomplete, no separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defense defend the entire field. And then the #1 goal of every team, every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over. I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
They put Wilson in motion. A 2nd down throw for Smith. That one caught by Wilson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. He'll go right and find his running back. And he will be out of bounds, but you saw that penalty flag come in. Looked like the defender got a head start.
Still 3rd down.
The penalty yardage certainly helps Now it's third down, and they need 5. They put Wilson in motion. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down, KC. They go play action with Smith. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now second and
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
From the 23, here's second and 6. Working out of the gun, Smith to the 10, it is caught. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
I mean, what a start to this game throwing the ball. I mean, I don't think the ball's hit the ground yet, Mike. I mean, he's 4 for 4, and now he's got his offense set up here early with first and goal.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. Here's a run. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Come a little closer. Here's second and goal. To throw, here's Smith. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's close to the goal line, but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane. And now it's third and goal.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops. And
he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Chiefs. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
The
now,
kicker
for the point after.
Extra point.
It's up and through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead.
Packers nothing.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Packers offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for first and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safeties. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
On third down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first two drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their third series to see if they can make it happen.
Here's their punter now, and he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. That'll be returnable from the 35. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. The Chiefs' offense about ready to get going on their second possession. To the ground, a first down run. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
42-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake. Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the shotgun, Smith. That pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
We're about ready now for the punt. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Look wide, get this one complete, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
Second down, they need 7. From the gun, Rodgers. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
He'll get that into the hands of Cobb. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Now, after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Number 87. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Rodgers. This one not quite on target. Had him too much. That one falls incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Green Bay. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Chiefs offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. They'll go play action. It's Smith. Got a man downfield. It's Thomas. And he's taken down up past the 35.
3 yards.
Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And a 1st down.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the 1st quarter.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A handoff as they try to run it here. Inside the 25. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, KC. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Santos for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will extend their 1st quarter lead. It's now 14-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Packers offense make their way out to take over once more. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Gotta start digging out soon. To begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Watch the eyes of this quarterback, Mike. He understands as he goes from his first to his second read, there's no reason to force something downfield. Check the ball down, get it in the hands of your running back, and pick up a positive play.
They put Adams in motion. Play action now with Rodgers. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, here's a handoff. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Rodgers. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chiefs' 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Here it is on 4th down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Chiefs on top. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football as they've got it with 1st and 10.
This is huge! Don't let us run!
Throwing, Rodgers. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and they're still looking for their first points of the game. And It's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
So second down, and they'll run it. And the defense there to meet them. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down.
21-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. He gets this complete, finding Adams. And he's in! Touchdown, Green Bay.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
Extra point attempt, still to come. He's got it. And the Packers are on the board. It's now 14-7.
14. Packers 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. It's Smith. Now he's just going to pitch this one forward. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
This is quarterback play at its finest, is understanding and identifying the blitz before the ball is snapped. That's what allows him to get the ball out of his hand so quickly, throws it to his hot receiver in the flat, and he does the rest.
On play action, Smith. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
Throwing on second down, Smith. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. Incompletion.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. He's on for the 2nd time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. The Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Rodgers now. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
Rodgers is going to air this one out. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, all 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down, and barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over possession of the football. Start on the ground, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Smith. Catch made, right side by Wilson. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Packers offense ready to take over once more. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Play fake. It's Rodgers. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work. But in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Rodgers to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. He'll hit Kelsey quickly on the RPO, and he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field, and let's see what caused it. From the shotgun, Smith. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And this is incomplete. But it looked like that defender got a head start. Let's check the call.
Still 2nd down.
They'll try again after the penalty. 2nd and 15. They put Kelsey in motion. Following the penalty, they'll run it. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
3rd and a long way to go. They put Kelsey in motion. He's going to let this one go deep. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked.
The long snapper is going to have to shoulder this one, Mike. I mean, this one falls flat on his plate. He put his punter in a really bad spot, and he wasn't able to bail him out, and disaster strikes.
The Packers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive.
Check it out. Rush in.
A 1st down throw from Rodgers. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Working from the shotgun, He'll hand this one off. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, Rodgers. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about ready to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Turn and hand this one off. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 15.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go play action with Smith. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Off the play fake, Smith. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
To number 19. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go play action. It's Smith. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
Smith now to throw on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. He does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Really nice job here by the defense coming away with that sack. And it's this pass rush, Mike, that I think has to continue to make their presence felt as they try to put themselves in position to pull this game out.
Lost 1 on the last play, so it's 2nd and 11. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's into the hands of the fullback. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Now Smith. This one complete right side. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
On 4th down, Smith. And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on 4th and wind up turning it over on down. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Tackle made at the 24-yard line.
2 minutes to go here till halftime.
Brings up 2nd
Back with
and
more
7.
from Lambeau Field. After this, 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Rodgers. He'll get that into the hands of Cobb. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. Quick throw here is complete.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's a 2nd and 6. The master of play action, Rodgers. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
the 29-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll get this out to the left flat. Now timeout signal for it, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
3rd down.
The Packers going to call out the field goal unit. This will be a 41-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers are back within a point. It's 14-13.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Smith. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. On play action, Smith. He'll get this out to his running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Smith. He'll get that to Wilson. And he's going to be dropped after after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. A gain there of 11. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Gain of 11. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Game, offense. Still first down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And he'll get about 3 yards of that back. Setting up 2nd and
4
long.
yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11.
They put Kelsey in motion. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one
Delay
off
of game,
on top.
offense. Still 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Smith. That's taken in by Thomas. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 12.
From the shotgun, Smith. He'll check this down to the running back. 2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
A short one caught by Kelsey. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play.
3rd and 5.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Packers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this 2nd half. The deficit is 1. as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
At the 21-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stick with him again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. To the left side, and Adams has it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Now give on the ground. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, Rodgers. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
This is 3rd and 6. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
I like that call on 3rd down, keeping the ball on the ground. You see so often these defenses, Mike, on 3rd down, they bring out more defensive backs. They bring out some smaller bodies. They're anticipating 3rd down pass. There's a lot of opportunities to take advantage of it with 3rd down run.
There's that man again, another catch. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
Play fake. It's Rodgers. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
At the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Rodgers to throw. And he'll just chuck this one to the sideline. Receiver in the area, so no grounding, but it's 3rd down.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
They'll go with the sneak. And he will have a Packers first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up into this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
They'll try to run this one in. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Half yard, that's all they need on this 3rd and goal. They'll run the sneak, and he will drive his way into the end zone. Gerald Everett, touchdown Packers. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. So he finds the space and breaks the plane for the touchdown. Greg, there are certain quarterbacks who just have a knack for that old-school play.
That play call sheet gets a lot easier, Mike, when you have not only a quarterback, like you mentioned, who has a nose for the end zone, but an offensive line that can continue to get such a consistent push. You put those two things together, I think he should call it every single time he finds himself on the goal line.
The Packers will set up for
on the zone read. He'll keep it himself. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Perfect starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Really well executed counter run there, Mike. And what you're trying to do anytime on these misdirection schemes is you're trying to get these linebackers that might play at a 4.5 speed to maybe play at a 4.7 speed. The hesitation, not understanding exactly where the ball is going to end up, gives you an advantage offensively, just like we saw here.
And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball in there to wrap up the quarter, but time has expired, and the third has come to an end. Second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Smith from the gun on third down. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Packers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
So, from the 25, it's second and 5. Play action now with Rodgers. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that. A bit of a risky throw there, Mike. You don't love to see a quarterback force the ball, especially into a crowded area. In the end, I think he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 2.
This one up on the ground. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A loss of a yard.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Packers set to kick this one away. as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20.
First and 10.
The Chiefs offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now a give up the middle. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Smith to throw. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
A first down throw for Smith. The open man is Wilson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and a couple. The RPO. That one is complete. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Makes it third and
Similar
2.
to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Smith. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Packers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. This one not quite on target. And too much. That one falls incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
From the 31, here's second and 7. He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Rodgers. That's caught. Left side. It's complete.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Rodgers now. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little execution and leads to an incompletion.
Throwing, Rodgers. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 6. Again, it's Rodgers. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play, and a first down.
At the 19-yard line.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down.
A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
A run on 1st and goal. And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line.
It's a loss of 1.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion right. This one caught at the 4.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game, where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Still 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. Rodgers. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Green Bay. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Here's Crosby for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the gun, here's a handoff, and he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Smith now to throw on 1st down.
Smith's pass complete to number 87. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 43-yard line.
It is 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, Smith. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
7 yards.
Nice job bouncing back there on 2nd down. 1st down, they gave up way too many yards and put them in 2nd and short. But now they can gain some of that back with that sack and brings up 3rd and medium, and the likelihood of getting off the field just went up.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, KC.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Quick throw here is complete. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock.
It's 2nd and inches at the Packers' 43-yard line.
Now 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, Smith. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. They'll run, and he will have a Chiefs first down. Able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Smith. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line of scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Smith. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can before 3rd down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Smith. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. To the left side, caught by Kelsey. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. And we'll get whistles and a timeout, so they will stop the clock. Closing seconds, game decided, but timeout anyway. Big play here. Crowd on their feet for 3rd and 4. To throw, Smith. Moving left, and he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, it's a win for the Packers. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and are going to send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.